What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today we are going to talk about the real ex-husbands of Atlanta. That is Apollo Nida and Kroy Bierman. Now, Kroy, he is still married, but he's working on his divorce, but he could still fall into that category, okay? And I think whoever, okay, is behind the whole Real Housewives of Atlanta, they need to go ahead and do a real ex-husband of Atlanta, because baby, that would be some tea right there. It would be some juiciness going on. And you heard it here first, okay, that I said it. So if it happens, guess what? Gigi said it first. But anyway, Apollo Nida, okay, he will be finished with probation in 2024. So he has asked the judge the first time, you know, can he be dismissed early from his probation so he can get back into society, because, you know, being on probation is holding him back in a way. He can't do much because of the restrictions, and they denied it. So now he's back at it again, asking, hey, can I be excused from this probation early? You know, he wants to terminate his probation early because he'll be finished next year. And we halfway there. So he'll be finished next year, 2024. But he wants to terminate it early so that he can like get out there and do more without restrictions. Okay? Now I understand it. I do. I get it. But I don't think the judge is going to approve it. They denied it the first time. And now he's asking the second time. And, you know, he said that he's been really good. You know, he's been doing what he's supposed to do. He coaches young football. He's active. He volunteers. He's doing what he needs to do, and he's paying money back for restitution. Because, you know, he has to pay restitution for all that money he was doing that laundering with. And so they say he had to pay, I think, $1.9 million in restitution. So he said he's been making payments towards the restitution, which is good. Even though he's been behaving himself, he's been low-key and doing what he had to do, he would like to get off early. But I don't think they're going to let him off early. I really don't. So you guys let me know in the comment section. Do you think they're going to let Apollo Nida, Phaedra's ex-husband, off of probation early? Do you think they're going to terminate his probation early so that he can like really get out into the world and do what he needs to do without the restrictions? Because I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. We'll see. Now, let's talk about Kroy Bierman. Oh, Lord. You know, let me tell you something. Kim got with this guy because it wasn't even love. Kim saw money. He was in the NFL at the time. I didn't even know he was in the NFL because his name didn't ring a bell to me. But he was in the NFL and he was making a little coins, you know. Kim was messing around with Mr. Biggs. I don't even think I've ever seen his face before. But she was the mistress to Mr. Biggs, okay, from what was reported out there. And he was paying for her house, her cars, and money, and wigs, and all types of stuff. I mean, he was like, you know, providing for her. And like, you know, she got to provide a service. So she was getting paid. She was the mistress that was getting paid, okay, and getting taken care of. So when she got with Kroy, her and Mr. Biggs were through, she got with Kroy, and all she saw was the NFL and dollar signs. Now, I don't know if he was making the top NFL money. I don't think so. But he was making a little bit of change. So that's what she saw. That's what she saw. She saw money, and that's that. Okay, so now they're going through this divorce. And Rolls Royce is suing Kroy because he missed payments on the leased car. It's a Rolls Royce 2020, and they said that he missed payments on that car, and they are suing him for that. But Kroy got so much going on because he's trying to keep that house from going into foreclosure, okay? And he's just trying to keep everything together. But Kim over there still gambling online, still buying wines and wigs or whatever else she is buying. She she's just out of touch with reality. And she better bring it on down. She better bring it on down. Because how is it that you guys are going through all of this and she's still buying things that are not necessities but luxuries? Okay? But honey, they're going to have one less luxury item, and that's that Rolls Royce. At this point, they don't even need a Rolls Royce. Just get you a nice car. Okay? You don't even need to live in a mansion. Get you a nice size house that's enough for you and your children to live in and be done with it. So I know Kroy is stressed out, but look what happens. But anyway, they said that Kroy still has the car at his home that he shares with Kim, despite demands that he turn over the car. Now, BMW says he refused to produce the vehicle, so I guess BMW owns Rolls Royce. They're under the same company, I guess. Kroy's attorney said Mr. Bierman never imagined that he would find himself in this position, having a car repossessed. But this is the fallout when folks find themselves spending way beyond their means. Kroy retired and no longer received that NFL salary. And it says ... I don't think anyone told Kim. Oh, Kim knows, honey. She just don't care. Because she still want that money. She don't care. She's going to get what she want any way she can. But anyway, Bergstrom added that when it comes to finances, Kim is detached from reality. Every month, Kroy has to scratch enough money together to pay the mortgage, to save the home from going into foreclosure. They are getting collection notices and now lawsuits on behalf of creditors. Kim continues to spend money online, gambling, wine, and things that are not necessities but luxuries. And that luxury car that they have will be one less item that they'll have because that's going to get taken away. But anyway, Kroy had filed a motion as part of the couple's bill of divorce. He claimed that Kim had been teasing a return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and he feared she would air their dirty laundry on the reality show. And we know Kim, she will do that. She will. She will do that. Kroy asked the judge presiding over their divorce to appoint a guardian to represent the kids' interest in the divorce. So basically, he got to return that car. Just return that car. Return the car. Kim and Kroy are still living in the same house. It's like War of the Roses, okay? If anyone's seen that movie called War of the Roses, you know what I'm talking about. It's like War of the Roses with Kroy and Kim. It's just really crazy. They're in the same home, and he said that she's cursing him out and threatening him and all types of stuff while they're still living in the same home. It's just really crazy. You know, she has a gambling addiction. Listen, you can't be broke and have a gambling addiction. You can't do that. And then just for last week, it was reported that Kim was caught pulling out loads of cash from a Bitcoin ATM twice after Kroy accused her of gambling addiction. So she pulled out all this money from the Bitcoin ATM twice. So where did it go? Because it didn't go towards the car payment. And why are they leasing a car? I feel like they had enough money. They could have bought a car flat out. Okay. I feel they had enough money to buy a home flat out. If you can buy those two things flat out without a mortgage and leasing, that would be fine. Because at least you own your home and you own your car when you buy it flat out. The only thing you got to keep paying is the taxes on the house and whatever bills that's accumulated, like the light and the gas and the water, trash and all that kind of stuff, or HOA fees, and that's it. I don't know. I don't get why people live above their means. I never got why they do that. But Kim got something going on in her head. It's either she's trying not to be broke, because that's a tragedy to some people. Some people feel like once they come into some money, they got to stay in the money because they don't never want to go back being broke. And if they go back being broke, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. But you need to manage your money better. You have to manage your money better. She got girls, older girls that see her act this way. What type of message is she sending to them? It's just a real mess. It's just a real mess. Kroy should have known who he was getting with before he got with her, because she saw him as a dollar sign, and he played for the NFL. That's all she saw him as. I don't even know if she was in love with him. She probably cared for him because she birthed 2 kids. But as for loving and being in love with Kroy, I don't think Kim was ever in love with Kroy. I really don't. But anyway, that's what I have on these two for right now. I do got another story coming up because, honey, this guy is being messy. But we'll talk about that later on. All right, so you guys have a good one, and I will see y'all later.